Okay, let's look at the following example. Tanzania, who can produce both cashew nuts and mangoes. Now, Tanzania can output per hour of work 8 bushels of cashew nuts or 2 bushels of mangoes. And let's say that the amount of work is going to be 1,000 hours. Okay, 1,000 hours of work. Okay, that means that Tanzania can split these 1,000 hours of work to either make cashew nuts or make mangoes. Now, if Tanzania can spend all 1,000 hours just making cashew nuts, then that would be 1,000 times 6. That gives us 8,000, right? That's our point up here. If Tanzania spends all 1,000 hours making mangoes, then she would be at this lower point of 2K. Now, this is wrong. This should be 1K. If she cuts her hours in half and spends 500 hours making cashew nuts and 500 hours making mangoes, then we would find ourselves with 4,000 cashew nuts and 1,000 mangoes, which would give us A. Now, suppose that Tanzania wants to trade with Kenya. Now, Kenya can do 1 bushel of cashew nuts or 1 bushel of mangoes with 1 hour of labor. So just to make things simple, Tanzania specializes in cashew nuts. So now how many bushels of cashew nuts can Tanzania produce? Well, if Tanzania can produce or can specialize in cashews and spend all 1,000 hours, as we said before, we would be at this point here on the y-axis. Tanzania does not need to produce mangoes, right? So they would produce 0 mangoes and 8 cashew nuts. Suppose that Tanzania wants to keep 5,000 of their grown cashew nuts, right? They want 5,000 bushels. And it wants to export the rest to Kenya. And they want to do this in an agreement in which they receive 1 mango for every 2 bushels of cashew nuts. Or, well, 1 bushel of mangoes for 2 bushels of cashew nuts. So how many bushels of mangoes will Tanzania get in exchange? Well, if Tanzania is sending 3,000 cashew nuts to Kenya, then Kenya in return must send 1.5K 5,000 mango bushels to Tanzania. Okay, that is because the rate again is 1 bushel of mangoes to 2 bushels of cashew nuts. Now, let's see what that is on that. So, this is the PPF for Tanzania. Tanzania would have 5,000 cashew nuts. Let's say that's around here. And 1.5 mangoes, which is about here. So we'll call this point C. We can see that this point is the PPF. So this point is much better than point H was that we had before we allow for this trade with Kenya. Now, without trading, Tanzania is producing at its PF, right? But with trading, Tanzania is able to reach a point C that's outside of its PPF and is preferred than point A. Therefore, them the benefit of trading.